There, guys. So, I wanted to talk today about longevity a bit. I just saw a YouTube video there, and they were kind of going on about this guy. He looked like he's 25 and he's 55. And to be honest, I kind of thought, like, what's the big deal? But it was this guy. He was a bodybuilder. I could see about linking it, and I tried to explain a little bit in it, my thoughts on it. But I wanted to discuss why you think that I don't even want to say preventative longevity medicine, so Ayurveda and TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, why I would put that, excuse me, way up top. That it should be about optimizing the health, not just, oh, you're not sick. Optimal. Optimize your health and then maintain it. Maintain it. So one of the things I said in the comments to him was, do you realize that in Chinese medicine that an emperor that went out and sought out the most potent herbs and substances known to man for extending life? There is pictures of people that are 250 years. There, I think one man apparently lived to 250 years old. I've come across stuff where there was a man that they talked about. There was accounts of people being literally, like, you will hear of yogis. I have heard the oldest I've heard was, I think, 400 years old. Whether you buy that or not, I'm going to tell you is, I think everyone can live up over 100 easy. Easy. But there's going to be a bunch of things. So, one of the things, I'll talk him looking younger too, okay? So he mentions it in the video. Genetics, absolutely. Sleep, stress management, are you doing your purpose? Are you doing what you want to be doing with your life? Health and happiness, that's a big thing. Ditch the coffee. I don't care what anyone says. Admittedly, I've had more coffees than I have had in years in the past year and a half. Ditch the coffee. It's in Chinese medicine, it's drying and depleting. It's fake energy. You want real qi, real life force. Ditch the coffee. Use adaptogens, okay? So there's no reason, and I don't care if somebody says, oh, what bulletproof coffee, that's great. He's selling lots of coffee. But I'm telling you, for the long term, pay attention. A lot of people using that. I mean, when I say depleting, I mean, how fast is the hair graying on their head? What's their sex drive like? What's their sleep like? What's their stress like? How's their gut? How's their eliminate? All the markers, the aging markers, okay? Excuse me. Literally, this is about inside out, and it is about energy as well, chi and life force. If you are getting the body clean, detoxifying parasites, detoxifying the liver in particular. You to keep your liver squeaky clean, it's reflected in your skin so strongly. You're using schizandra berry, hot lemon water before breakfast, keep your liver clean. Your overall health. I mean, if you treat your body like treating the liver, the kidney, and the gut, you will be 99% healthier than most people walking around. And I mean, make sure the gut's healed, make sure that it is optimized, sauerkraut, glutamine, prebiotics from food, all whole food based with the exception of like a glutamine powder. I wouldn't even bother with the capsules for the probiotics, homemade kombucha or some store-bought that's not sky high in sugar, sauerkraut, different colors, red and white. Meditation, extended meditation will lengthen the telomeres, will reverse aging. I've done it in myself. I have seen it. I have seen it in other people. Hour a day minimum is what I'd say for this purpose. The more the better. The Chinese herbs like Fo tea, you want to be focusing on replenishing Jing. Jing is the foundation of the physical body. It ties into hormones, it ties into stem cells, ties into tendons, ligaments, bones, muscle. You build Jing, the Qi, which is the physical energy, is going to be better, and the Shen, which is the spiritual energy, will be better. You start with the foundation is the Jing, so you see a lot of people going for the ginsengs and things like that. That's great. That's a Qi tonic. You need to have Jing tonics as your base. So goji berries, foti, aka Hishi Wu, Romania, all these sort of things, using your rishis to help with things like Shen, so spiritual energy. These are all adaptogenic herbs. They help you cope with stress. So I don't care if somebody is eating raw vegan and they are exercising their ass off, all this sort of stuff. Stress has to be managed. Sleep has to be managed. If you're absolutely miserable, that has to be managed. Like, it's not one thing. You look at these documentaries of sedentarians, they are socializing, or sorry, centarians, not sedentarians. Slip of the tongue there. Up over 100, they are still exercising, they're still gardening, they're seeing their friends a lot, they're drinking the green teas, they're probably not overeating, they are eating plenty of fish, all these sort of things. I'm telling you right now, ditch the alcohol. From a young age, I would toss the alcohol. Very rarely. Drink it. Absolutely ditch coffee. There's no reason to drink coffee whatsoever. Spike insulin less. If not, keep as much as possible. Keep your blood sugar balanced. So I learned this sort of stuff years and years ago. Let's say you do even want to eat something like a baked good, and I would prefer it was, say, gluten-free, but you're like, oh, it's going to spike my insulin, okay? Combine it with a fiber source, broccoli, chia, mixed berries, or apple cider vinegar to bring down that blood sugar spike so you're not spiking insulin. Really pay a lot of attention to the gut health. Remember, supplements are supplemental. Keep that liver clear. The liver, keep the kidneys supported. Lots of Qigong, lots of Yin Yoga, and your Chinese herbs and Ayurvedic herbs for sure. Lots of meditation. For men, semen retention, not necessarily going over the top, where as you get older, you learn to really control that. What I mean is you don't back off on having sex, but you can learn sexual kung fu and things like that. And yes, that is real. Sexual qigong, so that you are able to, say, have orgasms without ejaculating, because that is life force energy. When a woman gives birth, that is Jing depleting. If somebody has postpartum issues, they've depleted the crap out of their Jing. And they're just, like, Jing will be mental. If you start having mental health stuff, you want to be looking at Jing for sure. If somebody's got anxiety, different stuff going on, what's their Jing going on? Are they drinking coffee? Are they sleeping enough? Are they drinking? All this sort of crap. Like, clear all that crap out. Yeah, I mean, I've got right here, I'll use this guy here for thyroid support. Holy basil, coleus, organic kelp. I won't list off everything, but ashwagandha. So, 2 chi tonics, those are adaptogenic. Foti is adaptogenic. Paying attention to all aspects. Are you focusing on more fear-based crap? Are you, like, what are you ingesting with your eyes, your ears, and your mouth? Literally, like, what are you ingesting? Are you watching the news? What's your environment like? Are you drinking fluoridated water? How's your hormones looking? How's your, like, I'll throw in cayenne pepper and stuff like that. It will clear plaque from all arteries. I'll have hot and cold showers and end on cold. Wrings out the organs. Lengthens telomeres, activates stem cells. This guy right here, you hear about resveratrol. This guy's cheap, okay, Foti. Resveratrol found in red wine. Foti has a compound in it that trumps that, or at least matches it. And it's cheap. Resveratrol is far more expensive. The idea with these herbs is, it's not like, oh, I'm going to try this out for a month. It's like you develop a protocol and you stay on that for the rest of your life. You do it intuitively by all means, but I mean, Hishi Wu can reverse graying, can thicken my hair is starting to thicken back up since using it again. Shazander, my skin is starting to shift again. Fasting, once again, skin, the whites of my eyes, all these sort of things are changing. My teeth are looking whiter, gums are getting healthier, beard color is even not, like, seriously, all this stuff where it's like, you're reversing aging. Serious. meditating for long periods. The herb astragalus is going to lengthen the telomeres. Like, not from a vanity standpoint by any means. I look at this stuff as I want to be able to be. You want to be 100 or greater and in great health, not falling apart. Do you know what I mean? There is no reason to be at a much older age and feeling like crap. So, what are you doing for joints? Bone broth, bamboo silica, vitamin C, heal the gut, squash the inflammation, use the curcumins, use the spices. Cinnamon's great for blood sugar. Curcumin lengthens telomeres, fights depression, that sort of stuff. Stress is a really big one. Are you using energy? Are you doing qigong? Are you doing yoga? Are you doing Reiki? And any of that sort of stuff. You detox the body. You get higher light levels. It shaves the stress and heaviness off of you. You will be beaming way more light and love. And with ascension, you are vibrating at a much higher rate. You're higher vibrational being, better health starts to radiate from you. The health of your soul. These are, like, I'm talking about really full 360-degree health. So great examples are Ayurveda and TCM. I love traditional Chinese medicine stuff. I love it so much. It's such a simple thing to look at. Like, qi is like the flame, the wick is like the the candle, if it's a candle, your being. The wax is the jing, the wick is the qi, and say for the flame and the radiance of it, that would be like your shen or spiritual energy. So I mean, our society nowadays, the amount of stress. So one of the best things you could possibly do, how are you adding to stress? Alcohol is technically a toxin. It's literally like you're poisoning the body, okay? Coffee is not doing, I almost want to, I'm not, a lot of people are addicted to coffee. And they're used to the dopamine spike, and it's just, oh yeah, it's focusing me up. You can do so much better if you literally just go and get adaptogens. I'm telling you, one is replenishing the body, the other one's depleting it. So when I said the thing about coffee, look at all the signs of aging in the person who preaches coffee all the time. I'm telling you right now, I bet you any minute that, or I bet you any money that they're graying, their skin is starting to show the effects, their stress levels, maybe they're having anxiety, something's going on with them in some way, shape, or form. So, how do you know when your Jing is taking a hit? How are you aging? Are you somebody who is 30, 40, 50 and look 30, 40, 50? Do you look like you've been hit by a bus and like dragged behind it? Do you know what I mean? Like, wow, that person's had a hard life. Their Jing's taking a hit. That's what I'm saying. I have seen people, even from essential oils on the face, who had a difficult life, take 7 years easily from their face. It was incredible. I was like, holy crap. Yes, collagen and bone broth and all this sort of things helping the connective tissue. You can look younger, but I'm talking about like overall health. Are you doing some sort of yoga, meditation? Are you lifting weights? I would say resistance training of some form, whether it's body weight or weights, is vital. Keep muscle on you, build muscle, you'll be healthier. Something cardiovascular, walking, hiking, maybe something more intense. Like I'm going to get into like kickboxing and stuff soon. But something on the other end, like I said, the qigong, utilize the cold showers, cold plunges, hot, cold. Optimize your thyroid. You can clear plaque from the heart from literally optimizing your thyroid. Mega food thyroid, half a tablet, whole food based. Eat more grass-fed meats. Trust your body. Eating intuitively. So sometimes you're not necessarily eating pounds of meat at a time. But yeah, grass-fed, free-range, wild-caught fish, this sort of stuff. Eating till you're full, not overeating. An 80-20 rule of 80% of the time you're eating like that. 20% of the time you want to go have some chocolate, have some cake, whatever it is you're drawn to by all means. But 80% of the time, you're not sitting there day after day after day doing that. I mean, you can get by, people can get by with eating a piece of dark chocolate every day if they want. Okay? Like dark 90%, whatever. They're going, okay, I'm just having a little piece of chocolate. If it works for them, by all means. But seriously, like, you look at the skin of somebody who really likes to drink, likes to really stay up late, who really likes to do shift work, or maybe not likes to, just shift work. Just like shift work, your circadian rhythm, you're knocking years off your life doing that, just so you know. Like, it's, yeah. Longevity, Chinese medicine, get your food right, get your head right. You got to be happy. Look at the 4 Doctor model from Paul Chek. Get your body fat down to a level that's healthy, maintainable, or sustainable for you, and that might look different for every person. So, I mean, I'm not saying you have to be shredded, lean sort of thing, but I mean, a healthy health and a healthy body can look different from person to person. I mean, there is sick, fit people. There's people who are on the cover of magazines, but they're pretty much sick. They're falling apart mentally, physically, emotionally. Their insides are strained. They're having rebound weight gain galore. They're having this and that, or certain issues, and that goes for men and women. And then there's runners who are 30 pounds overweight, but they can run who knows how long. So I'm talking like comprehensive full body health, inside, outside, and balance. Do you know what I mean? If we're talking longevity, it's all about balance. You're not going, and I said this to a guy recently, he's in incredible shape, but he's talking about longevity. He was working out 6 days a week, 2 hours a day. And I said, that's insane. That's insane. I'm talking about maybe 3 days a week, 1 or 2 fasts, qigong, yoga, no coffee, no alcohol, keep the sugar low, 80-20, focus on the quality of the food, but then the quality of everything, the relationships, how you feel, like, it's everything. It's all areas. You have to be willing to take responsibility for your own health. No one can, and I know this from experience, you can, till you're blue in the face, hey, take this will help you, try this. People will act when they're ready to act. And I mean, all I'm saying is, don't wait until you're sick. Don't wait until something happens to your health. That's water, by the way. But pay attention to all those things. The health markers I'm talking about. I mean, I look at people go and change the engine of their car. They change the belts on the engine, all this sort of things. I like to look at the body, and I could do it intuitively, but look at the different areas. Okay, so I'm doing this, I'm supporting kidneys. Okay, I feel like doing the parasite cleanse. I just finished one up and I felt really good from doing that. Okay, now I'll see about clearing the liver again. Okay, how's my gut doing? Okay, let's tend to that. Okay, so this is helping kidneys. That's cool. It helps hair too. That's great. Oh, I don't know, you're eating more berries. That's helping your eyesight. Like, looking top to bottom. Oh, okay, I feel like let's optimize joint health more. Okay, try some bamboo silica, some bone broth fasts. Literally, top to bottom. How can you optimize? Not, well, I'm taking this to prevent something. Especially when you have something happen in the world where you're going, oh, we've got something going on with a sickness going around, and you're somebody who always keeps yourself top to bottom in a healthy state. You're going to go like, that can't even touch me. It can't touch me. My immune system is so tuned up. I'm in such good health. I'm radiating it. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Longevity is all areas. What's the financial stress? How's your relationships in general? Relationship with Source, Universe, God. Are you getting enough time in nature? Are you holding on to hatred or anger? Are you a kind, loving person? Like, these are all the things that you ever see that where it shows on somebody that it's just like, when you go, and I've seen people when they go through forgiveness, they like clears from their face. It clears from their face. So the body knows how to heal. We absolutely can live longer than 100 years old and be thriving doing it. I'll tell a story which I did on another video. Excuse me. I ran into a mother, or not mother, a woman that she told me about her mom was like 85. I think she was like 60 some odd. They hiked a mountain out here in Canada on the mother's birthday. Just hiked a mountain. They did tons of yoga and were vegan. Find what works for you. Stick with it. But I'm talking about balance is number one. I see. Oh, if you're going to the extremes, like anything can be taken to extremes. Somebody gets into fasting, next thing you know, they're fasting a week at a time. Like it's one thing if you do that here and there, but anything taken to extremes. Do you know what I mean? Anything taken to extremes. Oh, superfoods are great. Yeah, well, I eat nothing but superfoods. Seriously? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, well, coffee has this benefits. Oh, well, maybe you should fast on that coffee. That's going to be great for your adrenals. No, it's not. It's going to be terrible. It's stressing the crap out of your body. And your body's going, what did you do? What did I do to you? I mean, I don't care how much product that sells somebody. It's not. It's not a longevity technique. It's not. It really isn't. I don't think anybody needs coffee. They really don't. Alcohol as well. I know people talk about little bits of red wine and this. Sure, if you want a tiny there is the resveratrol in it, or just ditch it entirely and get some Foti, something like that. I mean, yeah, eat more natural, less things from a box, but 80-20. If you want to have it at times where you are going, like I think Paul Chek talked about that. There was times he's like, I just felt like eating a bunch of chocolate. Afterwards, he'd be using, say, essential oils, so because his gut wouldn't be too happy with him. Keep your vibration high. Be an optimist. If somebody, do you know what I mean? Like, you ever look at the health of somebody who's a straight up asshole? Look at it. Look at their health compared to somebody who's radiating love and light. Do you know what I mean? They've done the inner work. It shows out here when you've done it in here. You have a healthy heart, healthy arteries, all this sort of stuff. Your veins are probably going to be pretty big and thick, and you're like, okay, I've got great blood flow everywhere. And that's going to extend later in life. I mean, you have to look top to bottom. If you're starting to get issues, you have to treat everything. Do you know what I mean? Everything I'm talking about here. And just balance out those extremes. If it's glaring, look at the extremes. If you're somebody like, yeah, well, I exercise all the time and this and that, that's great. Maybe you need to look at the yin. Yeah, well, I work out this much. That's great. You're working out. That's great. Good for you. But what are you doing for the other end, the yin? Are you doing qigong? Are you doing yin yoga, meditation, getting enough nature, enough rest? If you need it, are you having naps? Are you sleeping enough? How's the sleep quality? What's your stress management? Are you breathing enough? Are you doing... I need that too. Like... Do you know what I mean? Breath work. Full ribs expanding, belly breath. Enough oxygen. Detoxification is huge for life extension. Detoxing the body. And this is the thing, I'm saying start this from a young age. I started getting into health and wellness at like 15, 16. And just like, it's not just about looking pretty or attractive in the mirror or anything like that. It is how you want to feel. And the better you feel, the better you attract. So it is vital. So I'll end it there. I know this sounds like a rant. And yeah, it straight up is. But I'm tired of seeing people who are even in their 60s acting like they're old. Or they're falling apart when they could have reversed a ton of it. Or prevented a ton of it. Or still healed up a ton of it. I thoroughly think that you can take people that you're like, oh no, how are they doing? I mean, lion's mane mushroom clears plaque from the brain. There's too many people getting older that are having some mental issue. If it came down to it, replacement hormones, looking at things like the pregnenolones and the DHEA, looking at lion's mane mushroom to clear plaque, cold therapy, a good diet, maybe some good ginseng and some Jing herbs, If you really wanted to, there is people who go and do stem cells, but to be honest with you, you can activate that with natural substances. Um, Even sun gazing is another one. It's just overall balance. And two, you ever hear that live fast, die young? Yeah, it's because the person has burnt their Jing down to like nada, where they've gone and they're just like they're trying to go with their foot to the floor all the time, and eventually, like it doesn't work. You look at I'm thinking of like Jimi Hendrix and some of these guys where they're just like full tilt 24 hours a day, and I'm saying no. Like you have to look at the balance. What is your work-life balance like? Are you booking vacations? Look at your year. You can book your vacations first because you have to realize that rest is a priority. Health and happiness, fun and play are a priority. This is that balance. So end it there. Comments, questions down below. Maybe that poked some of you. Maybe you loved it. I'd love to hear from you. All right, take care.